Hey, hey. Hey, hey. I want to say right off the bat, I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I hope everyone's dreams are coming true this weekend. I hope the most magical things are happening for you guys. I hope everyone hits the Powerball or whatever. Yeah, I hope everyone is doing great, and I hope everyone is having every single wish and dream of theirs come true this weekend. What's up, Jack? Wow, YouTube's actually not yelling at me about the quality of the stream this time. You can hear me all right? I'm always afraid something's wrong with the mic or something. Shout out 415 Club. Shout out the Tuesday Night Baseball Club. I got a chance to go hang out with them for a couple innings last Tuesday. And Jenny from the Tuesday Night Baseball Club gave me that, it's like a chain with the 415 Club logo on it. So that was cool. Yeah. That was the game where we had the bases loaded with no outs. Bases loaded, no outs. Nothing to show for it. We lose the ball game. Perfect opportunity for a walk-off, right? Nope. Giants are not playing too well. I said before that I think we could be dangerous, and so far, other than, was it yesterday? We had a good offensive game, and I was joking. I told someone, I was like, and now our offense will disappear for 5 games. So, we hit however many dingers, hit like 5 home runs in one game. It's like, can we spread that out over a series, guys? Maybe, don't waste it all on one game that's already out of reach. We're already way ahead, and we just waste all our home runs. What's the other big news? Warriors and Kings for the play-in. Once again, we meet up. I think it'll be a fun one. The Kings, they haven't fully lived up to expectations this season, but of course they're a very, very good, very dangerous team. And then the Warriors are kind of just trying to, like, can we adapt and evolve with our core and develop the younger guys? So I don't know. I think it's an exciting matchup. It sucks it's only one game as opposed to a whole series like last time, but I think it should be a fun one. And I can't wait for the Kings fans to get real toxic, real toxic. What's up, everyone? Bay keeps taking W's except the Giants. Like the beam, he says. We'll see. I'm not looking forward to the trash talk if the Warriors lose. I'll be honest. Kings getting that payback. Well, is it their time? Hold on, adjusting this mic. Is it their time? It might be. We'll see. Look, if the Warriors can't get past the Kings, I'll be rooting for the Kings all the way. As long as someone takes out the Lakers, really, I'll be fine with whatever happens. You know what I mean? Warriors about to crush the Kings, he says. I don't know. This is the thing, man. This is the thing. I feel like the Kings, like I said, they've been underperforming this season based on expectations. Like, at this point, I think people had hoped that they would be just an absolute powerhouse. Not in the play-in, right? Like, top 4 seed. So they have the talent. Now, do they put that all together? Right? And then the Warriors, I mean, championship pedigree, and then a bunch of young guys, right? The big thing has been like, does Kerr get the right rotations, the right lineups? You know what I mean? Like the right amount of playing time, because we have a lot of really good young guys who need to develop, and there's not enough playing time to go around a lot of times. So I think it's very possible that Steve Kerr will try to rely on the veterans, and perhaps too much. And the Kings can bounce us. But the Warriors, with the amount of talent and potential with the young guys, and then obviously the proven Hall of Famers, there's enough talent there to win it all if they got hot at the right time and played up to potential. Problem is, that's easier said than done. So I don't know. If Clay and Dre can actually play good, we have a chance. Yeah, I agree. I'm saying, but the young guys too. Like TJD, if he plays up to potential, that's a game changer, Do you like that the NBA essentially takes top 10 from each conference? Honestly, I'm okay with it because of the play-in tournament. If it wasn't a play-in tournament and they just extended playoffs, I wouldn't like it. I feel like that's like the NHL, right? The NHL, it's like way too many teams make the playoffs. It's really not as special. And I like the old baseball format with just like the elimination game, just because you don't get that in baseball a lot. So I like the old format of baseball from 10 years ago or whatever. I don't even remember when it changed, honestly. But, there's money in the playoffs. So it's like every league keeps sneaking in more and more ways for teams to get into the playoffs. And it I don't know, kind of loses its luster. It's sort of like with the NBA in general. Honestly, once Steph is gone, I'm going to take a big step back from basketball, honestly. I still love the game, but the way the game has changed, when people are dropping 60 all the time, and it's just not even special anymore. It's like, all right, it's like playing a video game on easy. Sorry, it's Dr. Pepper hit me. It's like playing a game on easy. Like, there's not really an accomplishment. Like, if you want to play the game on easy, turn your brain off, enjoy a story, sure. But, if you're there for the accomplishment, there's no real accomplishment if you're playing on easy, you know what I mean? And that's kind of how the NBA feels to me in a weird way. But I just want defense back, and I know they've been trying. They've been trying to kind of slow down the offensive supremacy since the All-Star game when Adam Silver was supposedly embarrassed because the game was just a joke. I don't know. We'll see. Drink of the stream. Yeah, Dr. Pepper, cream soda, zero sugar. I've been doing really good at cutting out sugar lately. So, yeah. Am I early? I mean, I kind of bounce around the times, Like sometimes it'll be 7:30, sometimes it'll be 8. And just whenever I get going. Tell Draymond ready for whatever dirty stuff he tries on Tuesday. We all know it's coming. I'm not even going to get into it. We can get into it after the game, maybe. But hot take, I don't think Draymond's a dirty player. I don't. I think he's a very aggressive and animated player, which causes some annoying, frustrating things to happen to other players. But I don't think he's purposely trying to be dirty. I think he's trying to be disruptive, and he needs to scale it back and scale his emotions back. But I think that's different than being dirty. All right. What's up, Jennifer? Yes, Kings Warriors in the play-in. Kings Warriors make it to the playoffs. They can beat the Thunder first seed. Yeah, I kind of see the Thunder like the Kings were last year, maybe a little early. I don't know. Go Supersonics. I hope they bring back the Sonics, man. Keep in the face. Sabonis gonna stomp a triple-double on Draymond. I like Sabonis, so I won't even say nothing. If MLB gets to 32 teams, would you want an Eastern or Western Conference like NBA? Honestly, I want them to walk back like the two leagues being so intertwined, American and National League. And I don't know. It's like more teams is fun, but at the same time, like it's already so hard to win a World Series, and you're just adding more teams that will maybe never win. You know what I mean? So this is what I think. If the team, I think I might have said this before, but if the leagues expand, right? This is what I would do if I was commish. Any of the leagues, if they expand, they need to follow, soccer and what the NBA has implemented with the in-season tournament. There needs to be other things that the teams can win. If you just have one goal and you keep adding teams, it just, it makes it, there's a balance, right? Like I said, so like you don't want to water things down where it doesn't matter, like making the playoffs. But then you don't want to make it so unattainable that it's just going to be like the same 5 big market teams or, franchises that just happen to have these like grandfathered in owners. You don't want just the same bunch of teams, cycling through either. So I don't know. I think baseball should have some sort of like, maybe not an in-season tournament, but maybe make like a tournament at the end of spring training that's meaningful somehow. I don't know. I just think you need more chances for fan bases to be able to celebrate. But I need someone smarter than me to like come up with how that works. Getting his phone. MLB is there. A's on Friday walked it off. I saw that. I think Gamer Athletics was there. I watched his video. Can't believe the A's are off to a better start than the Giants. Look, I said it at the top, man. I think the Giants can be dangerous, like I said last week or the week before, but we're not putting it together, and it's getting frustrating. Is Disneyland expensive? Yeah, stupid expensive. Bill Laimbeer, Dennis Rodman are less dirty than Draymond. Dennis Rodman is I think the same as Draymond. Very animated and disruptive. Bill Laimbeer, I think, was straight up dirty. Flint Water Crisis is less dirty than Draymond. Hard disagree. But look, one of my favorite types of players is what I call the disruptors. So, I love a Dylan Brooks. I love a Pat Beverly. I love a Dennis Rodman. I love a Draymond. A Charles Oakley, Anthony Mason. That's one of my favorite kind of archetypes of players. And I think they're very disruptive and animated. I don't think they're purposely trying to hurt anyone though. I would say the argument for like Jaja, I can see that. He could be dirty sometimes. I think Lambeer was definitely dirty, but yeah. Mariners got robbed today. I missed it. Did not see what happened. NHL has a President's Cup for best regular season team. That's cool. Like something like that, helps. Kerr's still a better coach than Brown, though. Brown really has let me down this year. Lots of missed opportunities. I haven't watched enough Kings basketball to say. But I mean, for the most part, I believe in Mike Brown. Be cool if World Series winner was able to join a World Baseball Classic type tournament. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be super cool. Shot Simple, what's up, man? So yeah, Kings Warriors. It's gonna be fun. Look, I don't want to get into it on this live stream, but like Draymond, I don't think he stomped Sabonis. I think he caught himself. All his weight was on his left leg, and he was trying to like jump over him. I don't think he stomped Sabonis. I think that is a ridiculous thing that everyone just bought into because Sabonis, acted it up. If you look at it, all his weight's on his left leg, and if you act it out, which I've done a bunch of times with people when we're like, trash talking. If you act it out, your leg would cock the same way. I don't think he brought any weight down on his leg on Sabonis. I think that's nonsense. And I think it's crazy to dismiss that Sabonis grabbed him and wrapped him around the ankle first. Like, I don't know. I think they were both being too animated and doing too much. And I think Draymond is way too emotional and can't control his temper. And I think that's a problem. So it's not just my bias saying he's not dirty. I just don't think I don't think he's purposely trying to hurt people, and that's what I consider dirty. And I think someone like Bill Laimbeer was. I guess it's 49 now. Oh, I saw that. Yeah, they overturned an inconclusive out for the game ender, 1 point down. Oh man, that sucks. Oof, oof. Baseball first basketball in the chat. I know, right? I went to, like I said, if you guys weren't here at the beginning, I went to the 415 Club last Tuesday. So I have gone to a Giants game. I know I said I was going to boycott for a little bit, but I got offered a ticket. I didn't buy a ticket or anything. And then Jenny from the Tuesday Night Baseball Club invited me over to the 415 Club. She gave me that as a gift. So thank you to the Tuesday Night Baseball Club at Oracle Park. It was a fun time. Other than bases loaded, no outs, and we can't score any runs to win the game. We love to see it. You know, it's always a good time. Always a good time. Blowing a perfect opportunity. We love it, don't we? And it's crazy, man. Like someone said, the A's actually aren't playing the worst baseball. they're playing pretty good. Yeah, I'm trying my best to aim the conversation towards MLB. A's won 6 out of 8, but who really cares? Yeah, you know, we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'll be at the last game in Oakland. Also, you know, shout out Gabe, Gamer Athletics. He did a couple cool videos already this season at some A's games. Him and Brian from Last Dive Bar met up with Sean Doolittle and gave him some swag. And I'm not going to give it away. You know, he's kind of, it's not a secret, but I just want to tease it. I think he's got a video coming out. I'm guessing based on social media. Got a really fun video coming out with him and Rob, aka NorCal Nodders from 33 Customs. They went on a hunt for a really cool piece of A's history. It looks really fun, so I'm excited for that video. NFL draft in like 11 days too. Yeah, I haven't been paying attention. I don't even know who the Niners are gonna get, honestly. And I don't know. You think the Bears are gonna go Caleb? I mean, it's the obvious one, right? I just don't believe in him, honestly. You know, the A's have been playing some fun baseball from what I've seen. You know, still got like 160 games to talk about. Look, also back to the NBA though, like the Kings playing at home, single game versus the Warriors, wanting revenge from last year. That place is gonna go wild. That place is gonna go crazy. Golden One Center is gonna cause like what's it called? Richter scale activities. So that is gonna be super fun. I don't even remember what day it is. I know it's coming up. I don't remember what day. I'm also very, very sad that I did not go to a single Warriors game this year. I don't think. Yeah, I didn't. Not a single Warriors game this year. I wanted to, but it didn't happen. Maybe I'll try to go to a playoff game, but with Disneyland coming up, I don't know if that'll happen, you know? WNBA draft is tomorrow. Who did Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark declare? If so, that'll be like one of the probably most hyped drafts ever for the WNBA. Last A's game is September 2. Beers on me. Hit me up, dude. I will be there. I will be there. We got to hit on 5-10 picks to keep under cap. Not a huge baseball fan, but be going to the last Babe Ruth Series game at the Coliseum in August. You've never been there. Have you been there for a Raiders game? Why are you boycotting the Giants? I went on a long rant about this, but basically, the treatment of Rennell, letting Rennell go as the PA announcer, just terrible, terrible bad move. Not just because like I like her, but like there's rumors that it was some other stuff at play, and I'm just not down with that. And then they are making business decisions, such as hiring Aramark as their concessions vendor, And Aramark is a terrible, terrible company that mistreats and exploits their employees, and they got kicked out of like national parks as the vendor. Like they're just a terrible, awful company, and I do not support my team cutting corners like that and cutting costs and making people's lives worse so that they can save a little bit of money when they're making, ridiculous sums of money just from TV deals. They can afford to pay their concession workers a fair wage, which they probably never have done, right? But this is just, it's one of those situations where my convictions are a little more important than just my interests, my passions. So I'm still going to go to some Giants games. I'll probably still do some Giants content later on down the line. But I'm not doing I had a bunch of stuff planned that I'm kind of just putting on the back burner because, I just can't. I said this before, but I would be a hypocrite if I supported all the A's fans in their fight against their terrible ownership and then look the other way when our ownership does something terrible. And that's that. It's on Tuesday. Some good games coming up. Okay, cool. Damn, that's quick. Both of them declared for the draft. All right. I wish the Warriors WNBA team was ready to go so we could maybe have a chance at drafting one of them. Either Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese. I think the Pels beat the Lakers for the 7th seed. Winner Dubs Kings will play Lakers for the 8th seed. God, it's always Lakers, Warriors, Kings, huh? Caleb Williams went 7-5. He's trash, bro. Yeah, I don't believe in Caleb Williams, honestly. Between Kyler Murray and Mahomes, but Chicago ruins QB, so who cares? Exactly. Yeah, even if he's the upper echelon, like it's Chicago. So can they figure it out? They haven't been able to. Never been in the Coliseum ever. Wow, dude. Have a good time. Walk around. Go see everything. There's not a whole lot to see, but I'm just saying, it might be everyone's last time in that place. I'm really curious what happens once the A's move. Because, some stadiums will sit and rot for a decade. Some will kind of, peter out. They'll have motocross or, whatever events there. And then some of them, without really any warning, they just pull the plug and just start demolishing it. So we'll see what happens. But, I'll keep my eye on it. Unpopular opinion. Giants ownership group are almost as bad as A's owner. I think they're pretty bad, yeah. Giants fans should be pissed, right? Giants act like a small market team. I mean, I'm as far as like the spending on the players, it doesn't bother me that much. I feel like the fan base has been a little unfair because, we tried to throw money at Aaron Judge. We tried to throw money at Correa, and then he didn't pass his physical. We've tried to throw money at people. We've let some people walk that we shouldn't have, but I don't know. I don't feel like it's as bad as people make it seem, like that they're not trying to do anything. I think they were. But I'm not a Farhan fan, really. I'm not a overly analytical fan. I think you use analytics as a reference, as a guide. You don't use that as like the ultimate say. And that's why someone like Bochy is so good at what he does. Sometimes it is a gut feeling. Sometimes it's as much as just belief in your players. If a player goes up to bat in a pressure situation, it's like, well, analytics say that, you're going to ground out to second base right here. What does that motivate? Or how does that motivate them, right? Whereas if it's someone like Bochy who's like, hey, you've been a player that's back and forth between the minors and majors. You've never been highly touted, whatever, but I'm putting you out there and I believe in you. And the whole rest of the dugout believes in you. That's a much different feeling. And if you never played sports, I promise you that can change how you perform. whatever the vibes are, whatever your temperament is, your mood, that can all affect the game. And I feel like, having someone like Bochy who will refer to analytics, but also, instills belief and trust in his guys, even if it's someone like Travis Ishikawa in clutch situations, right? A Joaquin Arias or something. I just think that's a big thing. And Farhan is a little too far to the analytics side as a GM. But I don't know. I'm more, it's more the other stuff that bothers me about the Giants ownership. Political donations and stuff like that. The fact that, the principal owner is some 91-year-old that lives in Florida and doesn't care about the team at all. I don't know if he's ever even been seen at the stadium. Like, that's why, like, I went on a long rant about this already, so I won't delve too much further. But I don't know. I would lean towards more something like a collective ownership of fans, actual fans, than the way ownership's set up now. But who am I? Boycott A's and Giants. Got an Aces cap. Actually, I want an Aces cap. I almost ordered one last week. I like the Aces hat is nice. I have a picture. I took a drone shot of their stadium. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, I took a drone shot of their stadium, but I haven't been to a game yet. I would love to go to a game though up there. My cousin, the Pick fan, lives up there. He lives in Carson City, but close enough, Close enough. Let's see if I can find this. But yeah, I literally almost ordered an Aces hat last week. I was looking at one. I think it was just the regular, like, black one. I think that's the on-field they wear. Super cool logo, by the way. If you guys have never seen the Reno Aces logo. Awesome logo. I don't know. I don't see it now. Don't see it. Wait, here it is, I think. Here it is. Here it is. Yeah, this is an old picture. Old picture. Oops. Yeah, there's the home of the Reno Aces right there. This was a few drones ago, as you can tell. The quality is not the greatest. But this is when we filmed. If you guys look, if you guys have never watched our the Automobile Museum, then was it the National Automobile Museum, whatever, in Reno? It's barely got any views. It's one of my favorite videos. I thought it was so much fun, and it's right to the left side of this picture. You can barely see the entrance to the auto museum. But if you never watched that, please go back and watch that video. It's super fun. Do you have any? Wait. Next year we're gonna get the first pick in expansion draft. I know. I wish we had the first pick this year though. But I'm excited. Do you have any plans to come to Sac to see the A's at Rayleigh's Field? Yeah, I do. For the history, the sports history of it, I will definitely try to go. If the A's had a brand new stadium and were run like the Giants, I mean, it's a spectrum, I guess. The Giants are much more well run than the A's, but there's still some terrible people in the ownership group, is the way I see it. Video of the first A's game in Sac would be good for historical purposes. Yeah, I want to do something like that. I want to do something like that. We'll see. I think all owners are greedy suck. I watch for the players. Yeah, 100%. I don't know if you watched the live stream last week, but I went on a very long rant about the owners. What's up, Jamie? I was just looking when the actual playoffs start, and the East and West playing game is on this Friday with both winners playing game 1 of their series on Saturday. That's wild. Really? It's not staggered? That's wild. It's been tough getting 5K fans and being known for possums and sewage. Sacramento's net positive, in my opinion. Um, I mean, I think it has the potential to be. It could be in the long run if they stayed. If they stayed in Sacramento, because regionally it's not too far, so I could see A's fans eventually accepting that. But I mean, it's John Fisher at the helm. I think it's all it's gonna be a mess. And the fans not showing up is not because of fans not wanting to support or not loving the A's. It's because the ownership has been purposely, sticking a dagger in them for years now. You need drone footage of the Sac Bridge. I got a cool. Let me see if I can find. I did a really cool. Time lapse. I think it's in my Kings video I did last year. I think I put maybe not the whole thing. Let me see if I can find this. This cool time lapse I did of the Tower Bridge in Sac. I really want to go back up there. I haven't been to Sacramento in a while, and still a bunch of cool stuff to do there. And speaking of Sacramento, it's so annoying. Like, I've done this a lot of times. I have like 3 videos done that I haven't put out yet. And because I'm trying to get to 5 videos done so I can schedule them all and then have time to go film more stuff. So I can kind of buy time between editing. But I finished the whole video. I rendered it and everything. Then I found some postcards. I don't want to give it away. I found some postcards that I had left out here because I was supposed to scan them to use in the video. These are postcards I got at an antique store. And I forgot to do it. And I finished the video. So now I'm going to have to go back, scan these, and like try to find places to put them in the video. Because they're super cool pictures and I want them, to be in my video. Yeah. I want Zion to succeed too. I'm cool with the Pels winning. I'm 50-50 on Zion. He's fun to watch when he's, doing good. But maybe it might be petty, but like the whole like weight thing and just like all that, I just feel like don't take it for granted, I guess, is kind of my thought. That makes me like question his dedication. Because, I grew up on people like Michael Jordan or Allen Iverson who will die on the court, Latrell Sprewell was like a maniac. He was one of my favorite, like probably my favorite player for a while, him and AI. So like I like the maniacs that are super dedicated. But then of course Sprewell is not dedicated as much later on, but on the court. And then so when I feel like some people aren't giving full effort, like Anthony Rendon talking about it's just business or whatever. I don't like that. And I feel like Zion, I get those vibes sometimes, and that bothers me. But otherwise, watching him play, obviously, is super fun. Sacramento's at least better than another 10-year lease extension being in limbo. I was pissed 10 years ago when they signed their current extension. I understand that argument. I mean, look at the Earthquakes. Team got a new stadium, and Fisher still hasn't invested in the team to make them good. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I might have said this last week, but I feel like Fisher's going to try to move the Earthquakes to Vegas too. Because Vegas didn't get the expansion right for MLS, so I think Fisher's going to try to move the Earthquakes there. Kings held that 3, 4, 5, 6 seed all year until these last 2 weeks. We have no shooting guard. Dang, you want LeBron? Ever since Jordan retired, the East has been laughably garbage. NBA should consider evening out conferences. But how much of that is just like coincidence, though, Because there's not really any difference between the conferences. I think more of the problem is like NBA players, a lot of them are more like diva-like, so they just want to play in LA or Miami, right? So like there's a lot of East Coast cities that they just don't want to play in because they're not trendy or cool. Like Steph made the Bay Area cool to play in. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know why the conferences are like so misaligned or have been. I, I I really think it probably stems from the players, better players wanting to play on the West Coast a lot, or if they're on the East Coast, they want to be either like New York or Miami. Just knows the A's are on a winning streak because of you. You started that. All right, I misread that. They start on Sunday. The two. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. I think the A's have been relatively good last 20 years because of their GM, scouts, etc. Fisher just signs checks. I don't know about the earthquakes. I mean the A's, yeah, the A's have a great like network of people that care in the organization. But when the very top of the organization doesn't really care, they're handcuffed. There's nothing they can really do, you know? I don't know. A's Hawaiian shirt. Change your opinion on Wemby yet? He had a rookie season like the greats. Good question. Yes, I was wrong. I was wrong. You know, I still do have doubts about. There was two things, like his health and skill translating to the NBA. I was totally wrong about his skill. He's incredible. 100%. One of the most wrong predictions I've ever made. I still, and I'm not wishing this against him, but I still have fears of long-term health and how long he can actually play and sustain good health. But that's not me like preying on his downfall. Like I want him to prove me wrong on that because obviously I hate injuries. I never want to see anyone hurt, even if I hated them. But yeah, no, I was wrong about Wemby. Wemby's incredible. Thanks for remembering that and bringing that up. Good that the Warriors will have OKC if they get the 8 seed. That'll be a fun matchup. Fisher's too cheap to sign big checks. Yep. LeBron just because King James would fit. Just for the marketing. Mitchell's big into marketing, you know? Vegas won't let Fisher be cheap. I don't know if Vegas really cares about how good the team is as long as it's a spectacle. And what can Vegas really do? And if you got Aaron Judge coming through, a handful of games a year or whatever, bunch of Yankee fans flying to town, they'll see that and be like, yeah, this is working out for us. I don't know. I don't see what Vegas could do to stop Fisher from being Fisher. But, I mean, I don't think that matters anyways because I really think that Fisher will just try to sell the team as soon as he gets it to Vegas. As soon as he gets it to Vegas with a new stadium, I think he's going to try to sell the team. He has no love for the team. You know? Can I do the Bernie lean? I probably can. I never done it. I'm a Giants fan, so not really my thing. I could probably do it, yeah. Should I do it on here? Would have much preferred to lose the Quakes than lose the A's. I'm not a fan of either. I mean, yeah, obviously the Earthquakes are a much smaller team and just not as big of a deal as the A's. So I think most people would share that sentiment. MLB will immediately force Fisher to sell if he doesn't spend in Vegas. MLB needs Vegas to shine. I mean, that could happen maybe, but I think Fisher's going to want to sell anyways. I don't think he really cares. I don't know about that. They haven't forced him to sell yet. What's up, Jenny? I shouted you out earlier with the 4-1. Why do I keep doing that? It's hard. I'm mirrored. Yeah, Vegas spending money we don't have on sports. What up? What up? What up? MLB needs a salary floor. Yeah, I think that would be tough to implement, but not something I'm opposed to at all. Fisher grew up a Giants fan, was part owner of the Giants. I agree with sell as soon as he can. Yeah, I don't think Fisher really cares. Have Gabe do it on a call. All right. I will force him to do it. I'll try to get Gabe on here again. And like I said earlier, Gabe I think does have a cool a really cool video coming soon. If you saw his Instagram, you might have a little hint to Rooney. Oh, I was gonna show you guys this time lapse. See if I can find it. And I still have barely been able to take my drone out. It's still been storming in the Bay Area, so I spent all this money on a new drone and barely got to fly it. Dang, I can't. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I'll show you guys these game programs too. A little show and tell. A little show and tell. Is it this? Let me hype up too some upcoming videos. I'm gonna drop like 5 videos. Some Cold War history in the Bay Area. A historic fort that helped build California to what it is today. One of the most important stops on the route west. And 2 really awesome museums in Texas. And I might have an upcoming trip. I'm waiting to hear back. I'm hoping, I don't know if I'll be able to, but I might have a work trip, and on that work trip I'll be able to possibly check off some stadiums and film some other stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited though to see how that plays out. I'm hoping I can go. Is this it? All right, let me catch up on comments while I wait for this thing to load. These homeless Oakland sports teams are raising the rent here to ridiculous levels. Oh man, I mean that's everywhere, man. That's everywhere. The rich keep getting richer. Why would Fisher sell as soon as he gets to Vegas instead of just selling now? Because once he moves to Vegas and gets a new stadium, the team will be worth significantly more. Yeah, like Gravity Fallout Pine says, value of the A's will jump from 1.2 to 4 to 5. Yeah, it's going to be a significant jump. Yeah, so Josie, I mentioned earlier, I have a bunch of videos that I'm trying to finish editing before I put them out so that I can schedule them out, and then that'll buy me time to go film new stuff while those are, being scheduled out. Also, if anyone's on Patreon, I uploaded all the members only videos back up there so that Patreon and YouTube members only will have the same videos, because there's some that are missing from either or. So I'm trying to make sure that it's consistent across both. So I think the only new member I got was Shot Simple, which I really, really appreciate. I don't know if you saw, but I uploaded I think one new one. Did you comment on it? Someone commented on it, so someone saw it. But a little turnaround trip to Burbank and just showed some behind the scenes stuff while I went down there to the Disneyland auction. What would happen if the whole Coliseum was sold out and everyone was drumming? I think it would be very loud. Working while working, always. Golden Knights and the Aces are the only teams Vegas. Oh wait, I just thought about that. Who was it that said an Aces hat? You meant Reno Aces, right? Not Las Vegas Aces. Because we were talking baseball, so I assumed you meant Reno Aces, not not the other Aces. Bro, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's very nice of you. I would say, anyone, if you want to support the channel, I would urge, direct donations, obviously that means a lot, man. But if you do members only or some merch, then I feel better, because then you get something back. Because, man, all I did was chat to you, man. I didn't earn that $10, you know what I mean? But it means a lot to me, and it means a lot to me that you even showed up to join in the conversation and keep it going and give me some things to talk about. So thank you either way. But I feel bad because I don't know. I owe you a pin or something. If you ever at a event I'm at, tell me and I'll give you something. What would I have? A homeless encampment. Oh yeah, you did. I meant to reply to that. Yeah, that was I have a lot of just little videos like that. I'm gonna just pump out on members only because I do like to give like a kind of behind the scenes look of how this goes. And I recorded that because it was a 24-hour trip just to film a video that got 100 views. So it is what it is. Spend $600 or whatever on like hotel, flight, food, everything for 100 views. I'm smart with my money. What can I say? How come A's fans aren't showing up when they're winning every single day? Because the ownership has treated them like garbage. Hit the like button for the algorithm. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you. Fisher could have paid for the Oakland Stadium on his own and still have 1.4 billion. Yeah, there's none of that's the fans' fault, man. None of that's the fans' fault. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Thank you. Dang, I cannot find this clip. I was gonna show you a cool time lapse I took of the bridge. Wait, is this it? I might have found it. Oh yeah, I did. Let's see if how can I play this? What's the best way to? Oh yeah. I can play it in the browser that I'm already sharing. Okay. All right. Cool little time lapse with my old drone. But pretty cool. So I got lucky and the bridge actually went up. If you didn't catch that. So it's like a dang, I forgot the name of what they call those bridges. It's a specific kind of like drawbridge that goes straight up. But kind of cool. You can see the state capitol back there. You can see the Golden One Center right in the middle. And a state capitol right down that main street. I forgot what street that is. One of you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Or not. I wasn't even wrong. I just didn't even say. Correct me. Don't correct me. I wasn't wrong. My brain doesn't work. Tell me. Teach me. Golden One Center in the middle. Was it the Holiday Inn? That's the Holiday Inn. You can kind of see it has a. Let's see if I can zoom in there. It has a light the beam. Big giant banner on the side. That's where we stayed when we filmed the Golden One Center video. Me and my cousin. Pretty cool. And you can walk right out of the hotel into Doko. Golden One Center's right there. Yeah, man. I want to get back. To Sacramento. Yeah, pretty cool timing on that. Thought it was cool. Share variety videos with your friends. Please do. When is the next time you're going to come to Fresno? 5th largest city in California. What do I have? I know there's some stuff near Fresno I wanted to do. No, I think it's Bakersfield has the Woolworths counter. I want to go film that, but they're actually renovating it right now. It's the last Woolworths counter left in like the country or something. Which, if you don't know what that is, it's like an old diner that was inside Woolworths department stores. There is Preston Castle Connoisseur. I think other people know about the castle more than me. What's up, Marie? Is that L Street? Capitol Boulevard? Yeah, whatever it's called. Fisher, already a billionaire, really thought his own further profit was worth taking a baseball team away from the diehard fans. Exactly. The like button. Also, Patreon subscriber. Thank you, Brian. Brian, there were some Patreon videos I missed because they were on members only. I just uploaded like 6 videos to Patreon, and they're scheduled out like one a week for the next month and a half. So Patreon, there's going to be some behind the scenes videos. And then there's 4 videos from Locke that I think you might like. Behind the scenes stuff, and we talk to Martha Esch, the proprietor of the Lock B&B, and we talk about her run-ins with Ghost Adventures. Who, if you guys don't know too, Brian does like a bunch of like ghost hunting and stuff, a lot of paranormal stuff. And I'm like, I don't really do that stuff, but like I appreciate it. I like to watch it and stuff, but I have a problem with Ghost Adventures. And so it was nice to talk to Martha about her experience with Ghost Adventures. Maybe one day I'll rant about them. Come see Brian in Fresno. Wait, you're down in Fresno? I thought you were up north. Woolworths is where we buy our groceries here. No way. Woolworths is still in Australia, rocking and rolling? That's crazy. I wonder if it's the same company. It's got to be, right? That's wild. I got to look that up. I want to know if it's the same company. Because Woolworths is pretty much like out of business, but there's still one of the diner, the counters still open. And I think it's in Bakersfield. But Fresno, I do have to look up some stuff. I think, what else is down there, Brian? Is it Madera? Am I thinking of Madera? I know there's some historical things near there that I need to check out. So yes, I need to get down there. I think the last A's game in Oakland might get a little rowdy, torn out seats, etc. I think so, yeah. I 100% think so. If you saw my last Raiders game in Oakland video, they started tearing out seats. And what I say? I was like, I think they're forgetting the A's still have to play here. I 100% expect it to get crazy. I showed in the reverse boycott game last year, it got crazy. People started throwing things onto the field. So it's going to be crazy. Did not know that about Woolworths. My mom tells me stories that she worked in one downtown SF. Dude, I think there's some pictures of the one downtown SF. It's cool. It's like that old school, like, Miracle on 34th Street vibe. Like the old Macy's, Woolworths, J.C. Penney's, Sears. Like, I don't know. That time frame of, like, when this country still had a middle class. Just seemed, a lot of good times with those, like, department stores and stuff. Last A's game going to be super ratchet and messy, just like the Raiders. Yep. All ages can go to the Fresno amusement park indoors. Sounds cool. Dang, I had a Post-it note here. I was going to write that down. All right, I'll try to remember it. I do have to make a list. Or add to my list, rather. I have a list of all kinds of things to film. Like, if you guys... Let me just explain this about me and this channel. The reason that I don't like pump out videos, there's two reasons. One, because I take a long time to edit because I'm like a perfectionist and I want to like edit. I want everything to be perfect. And it's harder than just editing a vlog where it's just kind of like you cut out the dead space and the garbage and put it together. I do a whole, narrative, do music, I do tell a story, all that, right? So it takes longer. But also because I work a lot. I'm busy. So if this channel was my full-time job, I would be knocking this stuff out. Every week I would be filming stuff and I would be, yeah. And I still need help. If anyone knows anyone that's an editor, I need help editing just like short form, like TikTok reels and YouTube shorts type stuff. So if you know anyone that, knows how to edit short form stuff, I know exactly what I want to do. It's just timing. So if you guys are on TikTok or Instagram, I've been posting like various reels and stuff occasionally, but I just don't have time to like focus on all of it. Gotta go. All right, Mitchell, we'll see, man. We'll see next week. You can talk all the trash you want next Sunday if you're here. Madera. Okay, so Madera has some historic stuff, right, Brian? All right, we need to go to Raymond. I'm working on a project there. Raymond sounds familiar. All right. Let's light the beam. We'll see, man. We will see, guys. Say this in the video for the last A's game. I guess I forgot the Roots and Soul are going to play there. Yeah, that's a good callback joke. People won't care if it's the last time ever at the Coliseum for them anyways. Yeah. I went to high school. I went to Woodside High School in Redwood City. Same high school as Julian Edelman, Super Bowl MVP. Go Browns, he says. Where'd that come from? Huh? Where'd that come from? That's like if someone just came in. Go Liverpool. Huh? I'm just kidding. You know, I don't hate the Browns. I like the Browns. And for some reason, I don't know why, I've always loved the Browns uniforms. I think they're just very simple. The brown and orange. Well, I like it with a lot of white. White with like brown and orange. I don't know. It's just always been clean to me. I even like the ones they changed to like 8 years ago that everyone hated. I love those too. I don't know. I think they could be the same owners. It's owned by the Woolworths Group here. I'm pretty sure they're in the UK also. Okay. Woolworths worldwide. That's wild. Went to the same high school as Aisha Taylor. Oh, she's from... Where's she from? In the Bay? Buddy of mine ran into Julian Edelman in our bar in Daly City and drank with him. Julian Edelman's dad was my mechanic for a very long time. Frank. He's a very nice guy. He actually... he looked out for me. He looked out for me when I was having a tough time. And I had car issues. And he... Well, it's been so long, it doesn't matter if I say it. But I had a car trouble. I had an old Cadillac that was my baby. And he always worked on it. And his shop was awesome, by the way. And it's funny because I knew Jules from high school a little bit. I didn't really know him. Like, we weren't, friends. But, like, he was... When he played, some of my buddies, like younger brothers and stuff, were on his offensive line. So I knew who Jules was. And I was in the office at the mechanic, and there was this OG dude that worked there, and he would always do like the shuttle. So like if you needed a ride home, he'd give you a ride home. And me and him were cool. We'd always be chopping it up. And I was like, man, why is all this Patriots stuff up here? And he's like, oh, Frank's son plays for the Patriots. I'm like, what? I was like, who? He's like, Julian Edelman. I was like, oh, no way. I went to school with him. We have a bunch of mutual friends. But anyways, another time, like, I didn't have money to pay for the repairs I needed on my car. And Frank did a handshake deal with me. A handshake deal. No paperwork, no nothing. He just said, bring what you can each week. So I did. Every week, I would just show up. I'd have a couple $100 or something, cash. I'd give him a couple $100, and I did that for a while until I paid it off. And he also, he did some other things for me that were super, super kind. So nothing but love for Frank and Julian, quite frankly. We're both from Redwood City, so. Buddy, how's Colorado worse than the A's? Poverty franchise. Yeah, Colorado. I don't know, man. I said last week, I want Colorado to do good at some point. I do. I just want to see them do good. It'd be cool, Yeah. We talking ice cold Coke Zeros, boy? Are you talking about the drink? It's Dr. Pepper, actually. But these are fire, like for zero sugar, because I love me some sugar, but not too bad. They can sponsor me. Someone email them. Go Kings, he says. Synchtron Fresno. All right, I'll look that up. She's from Fillmore. Okay. Go Rams, go Doggers. There you go. And go Warriors. That's one of these doesn't add up. CMG. Huh? One of these doesn't add up. I rate the Browns uniforms, and I really like the San Diego uniforms too. Brown and yellow is kind of nice. The Padres. I was thinking Chargers. I was like, brown. No, yeah, I like a good brown. Good brown's nice. What's always funny to me is, like, you remember in the, like, 80s when the Padres just tried to totally steal the Giants uniforms? Literally just changed the black to brown. Like brown and orange. They made their logo look like it. Oh, come on, guys. Hey, what are we doing here? They put the Padres over the baseball. Look just like the Giants logo. Hey, what are you kids doing down there? They put the SD right here, just like the Giants away uniforms. Hey, what are you guys doing down there? Come on, swinging Friars. What are you doing? Are we talking? Huh? We talking Dr. Pepper here? Sponsor me. Oh, let me show you these game programs before I forget. I found these. I've told you guys I go to a lot of antique stores and stuff. Well, I haven't in a while, but I was. And I just buy random sports stuff. So I found some really cool programs. I'm not going to show them all today. I'll show more on other streams. This was like $5. I hope I didn't show these before. I don't think I did. But, boom, 1989 AFC NFC playoffs. Today's lineups: 49ers versus Vikings. January 6th, no relation. 1990 at Candlestick Park. Playoff program. Look at that cool image, too. Comic style almost, fighting for the Lombardi. Yeah, this one's pretty cool. 49er football. It's not only our game. KGO News Talk 81. Oh, and look at that. Introducing the Corrado. The Volkswagen Corrado. How exciting is that? I don't know if I've ever seen one of those cars. You ever seen a Volkswagen Corrado? It will change the way you think about Volkswagen very quickly. Well, it made us forget. Edward J. DeBartolo Jr., owner-president. There he is, sitting at his desk. What else? What else we got in here? Training staff, equipment staff. Did you know the 49ers used to have an equipment manager named Bronco Heineck? Bronco. How cool is that? Look it up and show it on screen. All right, I will after I do the game day programs. Remind me after I'm done with this. Saw Julian at Giants game last season. I was like, what is he doing here? Totally forgot he's from the Bay. Yeah. Go Giants. Thank you, Brian. Thank you. What's your favorite antique shops to go to? There's a stretch of them on San Carlos Street in San Jose. And then Niles, California, which I need to go do a video on. Yeah. Excellent condition on the program. Yeah, no, it's great condition. I'm ruining it now. But, Avaholic, what up? You remember this game, Jake. I'm sure I watched this game. I don't really remember the game, to be honest. Look at this. Rodney Peete. New faces, 1989. Rodney Peete. I loved Rodney Peete. And he married, what's her name? Holly. She was on a bunch of TV shows. Yeah, these are cool. Like I always love the ads too. This old Hilton ad, I think I showed you guys the program, the San Francisco Seals program I had probably like 5 live streams ago, and it had like, cool old advertisements for old San Francisco businesses. This one's funny. Look at this ad. For the Rector Motor Car Company. Porsche, Cadillac, Audi. Known by the customers we keep. They don't even show a car. They just show a gal with a fur coat and a fancy stairway. You know who they're catering to. Huh? The John Fishers of the world, Like, show a car. You trying to sell me a car? Show me a car. What are you guys doing? you know? Oh, look at this. Look at the Cutlass Supreme. This is a Bay Area classic car right here, the Cutlass Supreme. As you can tell, these game day programs are a lot of advertisements. And look at this. The same ad for all the teams. They have a player from every team drinking a Diet Coke. And they each have their own catchphrase, too. Official drink of the moon with Warren Moon. Look at that. How cool is that? Diet Coke, the official drink of the moon. This is... Who else we got? Al Toon. Eric Dickerson. Ice Colt Refreshment. He wasn't on the Colts for very long. Michael Irvin. Boomer Esiason. Wait, is there a Niners player? It's got to be, right? It's got to be all the teams. Am I missing it? Oh, it's Ronnie Lott. Satisfies a whole lot, it says. Let's see this 49ers offense. John Taylor. Bubba Paris, Guy McIntyre, Jesse Sapolu, Bruce Colley, Harris Barton, Brent Jones, Jerry Rice, Joe Montana, Roger Craig, Tom Rathman. Now that, my friends, that's a lineup. That's a starting five that'll win the NBA Finals. You know what I mean? But yeah, these are fun. These are a lot of fun. But it's, you know, sometimes you'll find the programs from like regular season games, and they're not as packed with advertisements. But I feel like for the playoffs, they really pack them in, you know. And it has a breakdown of each game. It goes through the whole season and has, you know, the results of every game. So basically, you could, you know, pre-game sit in the stands and get up to speed. It's sort of like in a TV show, it'll say on last episode of Blossom or whatever. Last episode of Boy Meets World. Or previously on 90210. You know what I mean? All right, what are the comments saying? Nice hat. Thank you. This is my NBA Finals hat. I got this at the NBA Finals. When I go to A's game, I'm going to tell the shop worker to get down the wah wah wah. It's those annoying horns. I got an old program from the first time the MLB All-Star Game was at Coors Field. Dude, that's super cool. I want to see that. If you're ever in Antioch, check out the antique shops downtown Antioch. All right, and Brentwood. All right, sounds good. Who's the Bronco? Al Cowlings and LJ Simpson. Wish the Niners still did the small tailgate times free pamphlets. Oh yeah, those were cool. All right, now I got two more I'm gonna show you guys. Let's go. Let's turn back the dial even further. Right, 1990. Look at this. December 6th. D-Day -1. Right. Is that D-Day -1? December 6th. 1969. Nice, right? 49ers versus Bears at Kezar Stadium. And look, this program was 50 cents. That almost seems like a lot for back then. You know, maybe I'm tripping, but look at that. 1969, 49ers and Bears, Kezar Stadium. Introducing Zenith Chroma Color. You know what I mean? Step up your color TV. Get the Chroma Color. Come on. Don't you want big flashing colors? You better look towards Zenith for your next television purchase. Okay? What do we got here? KSFO 560. Early Times Whiskey. Wait, where's this tower? Why do I not recognize this tower? Where's this tower? Who can identify that? Which tower is that? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Free tickets for 49ers games under 16 years of age, courtesy of Christopher Milk. Right. For free admission, see details on Christopher Milk cartons. Okay? So you can be a big, healthy boy, right, with strong bones, and you can go to a 49er game at Kezar Stadium for free. You just don't get those kind of deals anymore, you know? You told me at the indoor amusement park in Fresno. I got one more program after this. Then remind me. That's the throw at 69. Yep. Yep. I've seen the Potrero Hill mural. I don't know if OJ was covered up already or not, but yeah, I spent a lot of time in Potrero Hill. In fact, where I work now, every day I see the Potrero Hill projects where OJ's from. 50 cents back then sounds hella expensive. That's what I'm saying. It sounds expensive, right? I don't know. Yeah, the ads are epic. Sub Ruben. Is that the Berkeley Tower? Why would it be? Do you think that's the Berkeley Tower? And why would it be in the San Francisco 49ers program? It does look like it. But I don't know. I just don't understand why it would be here. Maybe did like SF State used to have a tower like that? Or do they still and it's covered? I don't know. I don't know, man. Let's see. Who do we got here? Norelco. 49er profile. Kermit Alexander. Look at that fat face mask there. Look how big the logo is on the helmet. And look how you can see the numbers are all sloppily stitched on. How cool is that? These things are awesome, man. Like I'll literally find these at antique shops for like, $5-10. Let's see some other good ones. I like that there's a Fiat ad for anyone in the market for a Fiat. If you live in Sicily and you're going to a game at Kezar, maybe you'll. I mean, I guess they would make sense in San Francisco. Fiats do make sense. Actually, I probably see a good amount of Fiats. Trying to find this other stuff. All right. Oh, another one. We talked about Woolworths, right? We talked about Sears. What about the Emporium? Anyone remember the Emporium? I think when I was a kid, there was still an Emporium at Stanford Mall, I think. Yeah. Look, 49ers Roundup, Bill Belk, John Brody, right? Forest Blue. Come on, let's see. What else we got? This one has a lot of ads too, so maybe I was wrong. Maybe they filled these things up with ads from the very beginning. Pay 50 cents so I can look at these ads. But, this many decades later, it's always fun. Oh, got Gene Washington. Dave Wilcox. Some legends, man. Next home game, 49ers and Philadelphia Eagles. Kezar Stadium. It is kind of, look, this is what's impressive, too. I mean, with baseball probably a lot, but like 1969 home schedule, Washington Redskins, Los Angeles Rams, Atlanta Falcons, Detroit Lions, Baltimore Colts, Chicago Bears, Philadelphia Eagles. Like, it's not too far off from a modern day schedule. Redskins got a different name. The Colts are in Indianapolis now. But it's the same. It's pretty wild. What else we got? Oh, we got the Bears lineup. Dick Butkus. Yeah, these things are cool. To me, sometimes it's literally just worth it for the ads. It's got the NFL scoreboard 1969. Pretty cool. Got all the teams and all their schedules. That's cool. Such a small league. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. I got one more. Let's check. Is it? That's the Berkeley Tower? Why? I don't get why it would be in there. I guess it is. I don't think it's Clock Tower at Fisherman's Wharf. It's too big and it looked like stone. Christopher Milk section was legendary at Kezar. You gotta teach me about that. I don't know much about that. We looking at we talking old programs here. My dad has old Raider programs from 1977. That's cool. That's the Berkeley Tower. Why would it? It just makes no sense to me that it would be the like main page of the San Francisco 49ers program. It is the tower. You're right. Yeah, you guys are totally right. It's just, I don't understand why that would be like the splash image for the San Francisco 49ers program. That's so strange to me. I don't know. Remember the old service merchandise in San Bruno. I don't know what that is. Sather Tower? Blue looks good on you. Warriors blue. No other blues. All right, this is the last one. This one I got for $7. $7. And it came with a freebie too. Let me show you the freebie first. 1987. Compliments of your AGEA dealer, Electric and Gas Industries Association. Check out our new fall lineup. San Francisco 49ers 1987 schedule. Little little pamphlet schedule. Let's see. We played the Steelers, the Bungles, the Eagles, the Giants, the Falcons, Cardinals, Saints. Our old division rivals right there. It's so weird how Falcons and Saints were in our division, Houston Oilers. We hosted the Houston Oilers at home. Saints, Buccaneers, Browns, Packers, Bears, Falcons, and Rams again. Yeah, that was like a freebie. It was in the this program. 1987, I believe. Yeah, 1987 year, but this was from Sunday, January 31st, 1988 at 3 p.m. AFC versus NFC for the NFL Championship in the Vince Lombardi Trophy. Super Bowl. What is that? 22? Is that 22? San Diego, California, at Jack Murphy Stadium, aka Qualcomm. The official game program. Redskins Broncos. Redskins won. Right? Redskins won that one, right? They won 2 in the 80s. Let's see what they have in here. The scouting reports. The scouting report. Let me find the good stuff. All right. We got Joe Gibbs, of course, for the Redskins. I think he's never brought up enough, when we talk about all-time great coaches. I always liked him. And then Dan Reeves. What else is in here? Doug Williams and John Elway. Doug Williams also never gets brought up when we talk about great quarterbacks. He wasn't the greatest quarterback, but he still won 2 of them things. You know what I mean? Look at Elway. That does not look like a capable quarterback right there, right? You can tell that they're about to lose. What else is in here? Let's find some fun stuff. This one's cool because this one has like all these like stories, right? Canton Supermen, 32 Pro Hall of Fame, Football Hall of Fame members are Super Bowl alumni, and it talks about all the Hall of Famers that are Super Bowl winners. Got Joe Namath right there, you know. Or for the Raiders fans. For the Raiders fans, you know, showed some love in this program. Yeah, pretty cool though. This one's better than the other programs because it actually has like cool, you know. Oh, look at this. Look at San Diego. Here we go. Sorry if this is getting boring. I just like to show this stuff. The old waterfront. Was that Seaport Village? Wait, I didn't look at it properly. Oh, Seaport Village to the left. This building is still there. And then you got the Balboa Tower. And then this restaurant is still there or whatever, attached to the hotel. But yeah, Balboa Tower, pretty cool. I miss when San Diego would host the Super Bowl every once in a while, you know? I thought it was a great host city. I went down there in 2003 for the Buccaneers and Raiders Super Bowl festivities. I didn't go to the game, obviously, but I went down there for the festivities. Yeah, this is pretty cool, though. Trying to find Pan Am. A little Pan Am ad. Got AFC offense, Bo Jackson, players of the week. NFC offense, Joe Montana, players of the week. For week 12. So this same thing, it goes through the whole season. Oh, and then look, shows when Steve Young took over. Interesting stuff. Oh, look at this. Hold on. Look at the merch. I wish I could still order from this. Look at those Super Bowl hats. How cool are those? How do I not? It's so hard to line this up with this camera. The pennant is cool. I want one of those hats so bad. But yeah, I love these. I love these. This is always one of the things when I see it at an antique store I get excited about, especially when I find it for super cheap. So if you come over to my place, under my coffee table, there's a ton of those. Montgomery Ward, yeah, I do. Some new video. I'm never showing my new video. I'm never doing it again, dude. I can't. Last time I showed your video, it got my video claimed because the music you used. The artwork on that program is very San Diego. It's super cool. Awesome artwork. The like old Balboa stuff. You can see the stadium right here. You got a fighter jet for like Miramar and Coronado here. Super cool. Oh, it's hard to see. Point Lomer. Are we talking Lomer here? One of the first videos we ever put out, I think the first video we ever started filming on this channel was at Point Loma Lighthouse, which is right there behind the Lombardi. Anyways, all right. I have one from Super Bowl 48. Broncos sure have lost a lot of Super Bowls. That wasn't a fun one for you guys. Doug Williams with the Super Bowl clutch touchdown passes. Yeah, he played great when it mattered. Not ready for anymore, but cool picture. It is a cool picture, yeah. We're in San Diego in June. Oh, yeah, I got Point Loma. It's super cool. The Caprio National Monument. Super cool. Old Town. Check out Old Town. Drive by Snapdragon Stadium. You can see where Jack Murphy Stadium used to be. They still might have the Jack Murphy statue out there. I'm not 100% sure. Hodad's Burgers. Go to a drive-thru Alberto's at 2 a.m. and get some enchiladas. Gotta check out Coronado. Coronado's awesome. I love San Diego. And my brother lives down there. You know, half my family moved down there, so it's kind of like a second home. I mean, the waterfront is awesome. The USS Midway is awesome. We did a way too long video on the USS Midway years ago. The USS Midway, the Maritime Museum, with the Star of India ship. Unfortunately, I found out I did a video at the Maritime Museum in San Diego years ago, and they had a Soviet submarine that we filmed. Apparently that submarine's gone forever. I think they scrapped it. So I'm glad we got to film that. Yeah, Maritime Museum's awesome. There's an old baseball stadium I showed a few live streams ago. That's not there anymore, but it's immortalized in a park right by the waterfront. And of course, Petco Park. If you can catch a Padres game, I'd recommend it. That stadium is awesome. You excited for NBA playoffs? Yeah, I'm excited for the play-in. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. I don't know how to... trying to figure out how to go back to your channel. CMG. How do I... Give me a second. I'm trying to find how to look at your channel. And what was the other thing called? Synchronicity. Fresno. Synchronize. Synchronism. Fresno Amusement Park. Playland Fresno. Storyland Fresno. Is it one of those? Were you typing Storyland? My son, Point Loma last week. Oh man, dude, I love Point Loma. I love Point Loma. The Broken Yolk, is that the breakfast place? That sounds familiar. Yeah, Point Loma was, I think, the very first thing me and my brother ever filmed, and it was like the second or third video we ever put out. Oh, it was Point Loma. I have family in Imperial Beach. Plan on visiting there again soon. I live there in a heartbeat. Yeah, that San Diego County, everything is awesome. It really is. I feel like it's just a gem. I feel like it's a gem. And the good thing is, hold on, this might make noise. I'm trying to find this. Here we go. All right, I figured it out. All right. CMG is going to do the Bernie lean for us. Okay? I'm telling you, man. I hope this doesn't get my channel claimed again. Okay? Here we go. Here we go. All right. Let's see how good it is. Let's rate it. 1 to 10. It's very, very animated. Very animated, but very into it. Very passionate. With the hops, okay. I like the Christmas tree lights on the Chapman jersey. And he seemed to have fallen. I hope you're okay. I hope you're not hurt. Okay. Is he gonna pop back up? I think I hear groaning. Are you hurt? This better not get my live stream claimed, man. Okay. Oh, God, the Dodgers pin? I see the Giants one, yeah. But come on. Come on, man. All right. I can't hear what you're saying. All right, your Bernie lean, I'll give your Bernie lean an 8.6. It was very passionate and animated. Whereas typically, most people, they approach it from a very nonchalant kind of casual, right? And you did it like with anger and passion. So that bumped you up about 0.5. So good job. Good job on the Bernie lean. And you know what, man? I hope it's not the last Bernie lean you ever do. I hope you get to do many more. But I hope that LA Dodgers pin somehow gets lost. If you ever get a chance for a historical, you should do the warship that has parts of the World Trade Center built into it. Which warship is that? That sounds familiar. we did a video in San Diego that was super cool. I don't know if they still do this, but look into it. At the Maritime Museum, me and my brother, yeah, 8.2 with good passion. Okay. So I said, what did I say? 8.6. I bumped them up 5.5 for the passion and the, the aggression. Because I think the aggression is needed right now. What's up, Gabe? We were talking about you earlier, per usual. But anyways, the Maritime Museum in San Diego, we went and filmed that. And we bought a ticket for the Maritime Museum at the little ticket booth. And you know what this gentleman said to me? You know what he said to me? He looked me in the eye, dead in the eye. He looked me right here, right? He looked into my soul. And he said, "Gentlemen, perchance, would you like to ride on a World War I pilot boat?" I said, "Of course, my friend. Who wouldn't? Do you know who I am? Huh? Do you know who I am? A World War I pilot boat? You're asking me. You're serious. You're looking at me, asking me if I want to ride on a World War I pilot boat?" I said, "Well, pray tell, my friend. How much is that?" Right? Now I'm expecting an astronomical figure for an astronomical experience, right? A World War I pilot boat, I mean, that's got to be hundreds of dollars. If we're going on the, value and what money, you know what I mean? That a World War I pilot boat, that's a lot of money, dude. He looks at me and he says, "It's a $5 upcharge." I said, "Where are the hidden cameras? You're pranking me." And I grabbed him by the collar and I said, "You better not be playing with my emotions like this." And he said, "No, my friend. Just let the women and children go. I promise you it's only a $5 upcharge to ride a World War I pilot boat. A cruise around San Diego Bay under the Coronado Bridge." So I got the $5 upcharge and we rode the World War I pilot boat around San Diego Harbor under the Coronado Bridge. And it was the greatest $5 I've ever spent. So look into that. Look into that. You're going to do it at the A's game? All right, good. The Star of India was closed when I went, unfortunately, so I need to go back. You didn't miss anything, Gabe. You missed his Burning Lean. The 49ers game programs and sports update. Pretty interesting stuff, man. Thank you. But anyways, see if they have the $5 upcharge for the World War I pilot boat cruise. Because that was the greatest $5 ever spent. I couldn't believe it. So you got to be joking me, I told him. Like if you would have said a $25 upcharge, I would have said, yeah, add that in. $25 for a World War I pilot boat cruise around San Diego Harbor? Yeah, go ahead and add that in. But this guy, like a modern day Santa Claus, added that in for $5 only. Unbelievable. What good fortune? Or is it fortune or is it just, I don't know. Whatever it is. It was awesome. Gabe's got to watch it back. Gabe, I can't just handhold Paid more than that to enter the Midway. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. And they charged your boy $5 for a whole cruise under the Coronado Bridge on a World War I pilot boat. Come on, man. I don't think you guys are really understanding what I'm telling you. $5. Anyways, all right. I keep hitting stuff. We'll get off it. We'll move on. But $5. It's crazy, dude. If he would have looked at me and said it was $50, I probably still would have got it. I'm like, only $50? We'll go twice. World War I pilot boat cruise, and you're going to ask me, do I want to do it? You should be ashamed of yourself for even questioning. And it's only $5? He might as well have looked at me and said, hey, do you want $5,000? And I went, what's the catch? He's like, you give me $5. Nah, it's all right. We'll just do the Maritime Museum. You know? Come on. But the Midway is awesome, though. The Midway is worth the price of admission. The Midway is one of the coolest things. But yeah, San Diego is awesome, is my point. I was going to talk about Disneyland, man. Like, I'm so excited for this trip. I'm so excited to go to Disneyland. But I'm also just... things have changed so much. Yeah, shut up and take my money. It's like, come on, dude. Like, come on. Dude, honestly, if he said, hey, do you want to add on the World War I pilot boat cruise for $5? If I said no, a sniper should just take me out. We don't need that kind of person in this society. You know what I mean? Take me out. Are you kidding me? Hey, do you want this brand new car for $5? Nah, it's okay. We'll check out the Nina Pinta and Santa Maria replicas instead. You know? No, it's okay. I'll pay $20. You know, for the little models of the boats in the shop. You know. Anyways, yeah, Disneyland has changed so much. I haven't been there in a while, but like, I wasn't trying to go on a ranty rant, but a little bit of a ranty rant. Like, if anyone is older and remembers Disneyland pre-Fast Pass or Fast Pass adjacent programs, it was much better. And I know everybody thinks everything's always better back in the day and everything gets worse. I don't think that way, but this is one way. And it's because Disneyland and parks like it were designed to use queue lines as a sponge. Right? You soak up humanity with these lines. Disneyland was designed that way. Up until the late 90s. Indiana Jones has a huge themed queue line. There's stuff to do. It's probably all broken nowadays, right? But there used to be stuff to do. You could move the bamboo and it would make the ceiling come down with spikes. That stuff happened. I don't know if it happens anymore. There was a rope you could pull on. You'd hear a guy yelling at you to stop pulling the rope, right? And then they came out with Fast Pass. And so now, the way they sell it, right, is like, oh, instead of waiting in this line, you get this pass, and you can come back in 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever the window is. Right? So on the surface, you're like, oh, cool. Why would I don't want to wait in the line. But this is where it gets you. This is where it bites you, right? Because now all those people no longer waiting in those lines. They're now in the shops. They're now in the restaurants. They're now in the bathrooms. Now, if you go to Disneyland, you go to a bathroom, it's packed. And I promise you, back in the day, you could go into a bathroom and it wasn't packed. So, under the illusion of not being able to wait or not having to wait in these long lines, now the lines are everywhere. And it's only gotten worse as more and more people visit the parks and stuff, which is cool. I'm not gatekeeping that. Like, I want everyone to be able to experience it, right? But, like, the park wasn't designed for all this humanity to be in these shops. Have you been to the Disneyland shops? You see how small they are? All it takes is one person to block a whole artery through this shop. And now the shop is dead stop traffic. You know what I mean? So I just hate these programs, is what I'm saying. And I was against it when I was a kid and they brought out Fast Pass because I knew. I was really big into like theme parks and theme park design. I wanted to be an Imagineer, right? I love that kind of stuff. So I knew the way they designed certain things in certain parks and how they do it to like funnel people and how they do it to like buy space and even like alter people's perceptions on like, you know, certain things like the, what's it called? Forced perspective of buildings, you know? So Disneyland was not built to accommodate all these people in these tiny shops, in these restaurants with limited seating and all that. They were built to accommodate those people and have these lines where it's like, oh, you know, people will be in this line that has all this space. Because you got to think about like the real estate. Like Disneyland's real estate is limited and it's landlocked because of a freeway and all that. Their space is limited, so it's like there's a lot of real estate being taken up by these lines. And now the lines a lot of times aren't even used because you get like passes, Genie Plus and all that. And people just walk through this real estate. And then you're still waiting anyways, because at the end you still wait. And then the lines appear shorter, but they're not. Now they take longer because there's two sets of people that you're trying to funnel through. And I remember I read all about how the Imagineers designed certain rides for capacity and like people per hour that could go on a ride. You know what I mean? And they do all these things, but then in the name of business, better business, now they spread the lines everywhere. Because now if you're waiting in line, you're in the middle of Splash Mountain doesn't exist anymore. Indiana Jones. You're in the Indiana Jones line. You're in a cave, right? You hear the bats squeaking. And it's super themed and cool, and you're just chatting with the people you're with. You're not spending money. But if you're stuck in traffic, human traffic, in the middle of a shop because you can't get out because every way out is blocked by people and strollers and what do they call the wheelchair things, right? You might see a keychain. You're like, oh, well, I'll get this keychain. I'm already here, you know. So my point is, I just don't like it. And if obviously it's here to stay, nothing I say will ever change that. But I wish that at least if they're gonna have Fast Pass, Genie Plus, or whatever, they would like use these lines for other stuff because this is all this real estate where people are supposed to be, you know, taking up this space and they're not. So now they're taking up space everywhere else. And I used to like that when I was younger at Disneyland. You could find a quiet corner of the park every once in a while. Have it to yourself. And now you can't. You know. But that's my little ranty rant. My little ranty rant. Oh, and I was going to say because I was trying to get reservations at the Blue Bayou. The Blue Bayou, if you don't know what it is a restaurant inside Pirates of the Caribbean. So even midday, it looks like it's nighttime in a swamp. There's fireflies next to you. And you see the boats of the Pirates of the Caribbean pass you as you eat. They have a Monte Cristo sandwich. That was always a luxury for me growing up. That was always great. And I wanted to do that for my niece. But guess what? You have to be wide awake at 6 a.m. 60 days before the day you want a reservation to get the reservation on the Disneyland app. That upset me. So now I don't know. We got to go try to find a way to get in there. Yeah. It's just crazy. It's just so like absurd now, you know. Take a house for $5 because of that ranty rant. Grow with Disneyland with Fast Pass. I hate Fast Pass, man. I had to use it. You have to use it, but like I hate it. You know, no more Fast Pass. Can't imagine going there without it. Fast Pass until everyone buys it. Yeah, exactly. Faster Pass, Fast Pass Plus. I've been to Disneyland a long time. Me either. Magic Key and Genie Plus. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to get Genie Plus, but like it sucks. You watch the YouTube channel Magic Journeys? Yeah, I met them actually. I met them at the Disneyland auction video I did. I think they were there. I think it was that one. Fast Pass was included with your park ticket. Yeah, Fast Pass was free. It was a free service. Oh, the best. Me and my friend, we were like 15 years old, 14, 15 years old. And we found the trick before they patched it, right? You go to the back of the Fast Pass machine, and there's a little button. And that button released free Fast Passes. Because before you'd have to scan your ticket. So your ticket would only allow you a certain amount of Fast Passes. Like, you had to wait for like another window to get another Fast Pass. But that button spit out free Fast Passes. So we'd go back there and tap the button a handful of times at Space Mountain, you know? And then they patched that. It didn't last long. But one day we went on Space Mountain like 10 times. Can you video call Gabe and just show him my burning lane? I don't know if Gabe is available right now. I don't want to put him on the spot. But when Gabe is on here, he'll be on the live stream again at some point. I will show him your burning lean. Or Gabe, if you can, go to CMG's channel, check out his burning lean, or watch back this podcast because I showed his burning lean and I rated it even. But yeah, I don't want to call. I don't know what Gabe's situation is at home right now. You know, Blue Bayou for your niece would be top tier. Yeah, I'm gonna make it happen. I mean, I'm only afraid, like, is Blue Bayou only, like, reservation only now? Or can we go wait? I'll go wait. Like, whatever, you know? Because it's only going to be 2 of us, so. Unless we go with my brother. My brother's going to meet us for some of the days. I don't know which days, but, like, yeah. I had the opportunity to do Carthay Circle. And Blue Bayou the same day. What? I think Carthay Circle still had reservations, but it's super pricey. I've never eaten there. Need more likes, 24 views. Hit the like button. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you for promoting. Really enjoy Gilroy Gardens. I have been to Gilroy Gardens. So back in the day, I don't know if they're still owned by Cedar Fair. They were at one point. But this was super cool. So back in the day, with an ex-girlfriend, you know how it goes. We had Disneyland annual passes. And then we would go to Knott's Berry Farm too. And there was a point in time where Knott's Berry Farm, Great America, and Gilroy Gardens were all owned by Cedar Fair. Can't remember the situation now. I think Gilroy Gardens they don't own anymore, but they own the other 2. I don't know. Something like that. But at the time, you could get a Cedar Fair pass, a year pass for all Cedar Fair parks. They had like 15 parks across the country at the time. For $150. $150. You get 15 theme parks for a year. So we had those passes. So we would go to Knott's a few times. And then we go to Great America. We go to Gilroy Gardens. So yeah, I like Gilroy Gardens. I would like to do videos there at some point too. What do you like better, Disneyland or Knott's? I mean, I love them both. But Disneyland is a step above for the most part. But the way things are going, I feel like Knott's is gaining ground because Knott's has done such a good job of preserving their history and promoting, quite frankly, like Ghost Town and all that. Whereas Disneyland, it's like the classic stuff, they're dwindling it, you know, they're like slowly pushing it out. replacing things with, Marvel and Star Wars and whatever the movie of the day is, which just obviously that stuff is super popular and cool and they do it well, but that's not what I like about Disneyland. And I know I'm in the minority, so I'm not saying they should cater to me. But for my preference, I liked the original stuff at Disneyland. I liked the experiences you could only have at Disneyland. I might have ranted about this before, but like with Marvel stuff or Avengers Campus, first of all, it looks awful. It looks absolutely awful. I haven't been there yet. It looks awful. But like, even if they do a really awesome like Marvel ride, it's like I can watch hours and hours of Marvel stuff at home. I can play all kinds of Marvel video games. I can do all this Marvel stuff. I can wear Marvel costumes. But, when I was younger, I couldn't experience Pirates of the Caribbean anywhere except Disneyland or the Haunted Mansion or the Matterhorn or Big Thunder Mountain Railroad or Space Mountain. And I liked when Imagineers were able to tell original stories from their own mind, their own creativity, and they would collaborate. And it's like these brilliant artists and engineers coming together to create this very unique experience you could only have at a Disney park. And now it's like, let's take this popular movie and just turn it into a 3D ride. And it doesn't hit the same for me. It's not what gets me to plan a trip. So yeah, at Star Wars Village or whatever, Luke Skywalker Land, Kylo Ren Town. I'm sure it's amazing. I haven't been yet. This is gonna be my first time, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna check it all out. I'm gonna do the app thing and unlock the droids and do all that stupid stuff because I love that kind of stuff. But, I'm sure it's awesome. It looks awesome. I've watched a ton of videos. It looks great. I'm sure Rise of the Resistance is just the most amazing ride. It's just not what speaks to me, on a higher level. It's more of it's like a roller coaster to me. I love roller coasters. They're super fun. But it doesn't stick with me. It doesn't get my imagination going. Like being on the Matterhorn bobsleds and looking down a cave and wondering, oh, is the abominable snowman over there too? Like that kind of stuff gets my brain going more than watching a real life version of a movie I can watch at home. If that makes sense. So Knott's is doing a great job at preserving and promoting their historical aspects, whereas Disneyland is kind of put it on the back burner. And I get it. Like with Pirates of the Caribbean, they're like, all right, we base these movies on the ride and they're super popular, so let's implement the movie into the ride. But I don't like that. I don't like that, personally. Like for me, what they should have did for Pirates of the Caribbean is they should have put one Jack Sparrow and had him like hiding somewhere. So that people would like whisper, like, did you see the Jack Sparrow? Did you see Jack Sparrow? He's hiding in there. Yeah, after this scene, look up there and you can see him, blah, blah, blah. Instead, it's like throwing in your face. Hey, I'm Jack Sparrow, everybody. Welcome to the show, It's like, all right. Steakhouse 59. Never been there either. Sounds good to be true, but cousin made reservations all the right time in 2019. I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but I went to Club 33. I'll show it sometime on a live stream. I filmed, I had a camcorder. I didn't know how to film, so it's awful footage. But I went to Club 33 at Disneyland one time back in 2002. I was a teenager. My uncle and my aunt were able to get reservations for us for my birthday, and it was super cool. I'm going to get Disney Star Wars video for the channel. I was thinking about doing that, like my first impressions, my first time ever being there. Again, I'm sure it's going to be great. I'm sure I'm going to love it. I'm sure I'm going to have fun. It's just not what speaks to me, where like I have Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm stuff like hanging on my wall. I'm not going to put any Galaxy's Edge stuff on my wall. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it'll be fun. But it'll be something that I'll just stumble in every once in a while. It's not going to be something that I'm like, I have to plan a trip. First time ever girl screamed was on Matterhorn right when you see the thing. I was 10 years old. Dude, that, yeah. Those memories and that, like, imagination that little thing can spark. Now, imagine if Matterhorn was based on a movie like that. It was based on Third Man on the Mountain, but that's just because the Matterhorn. Not really, though, you know? But imagine if there was a movie with the Abominable Snowman and the Matterhorn, and he came and screamed at some kids, and they got on a bobsled to escape, and that was the movie. Would the ride be as cool? Or, like, would it spark the imagination the same way? I don't think it would. Because, like, I already saw the movie. I know who this guy is, you know? I know this guy. But when you're a kid and you go on it, you're like, oh my God, what is that thing? And you barely get a glimpse at it, you know? Like, obviously now with the internet, you can find a million pictures. But when I was a kid, you couldn't. So it was just 3-second glimpse of this monster. The imagination that sparked was crazy. So now if I go on the submarines, when I was a kid, in the submarines, I'd be looking at all the little caverns and stuff that you go by. And I'd be like, what's over there? What's over there? Nothing. It's a show building. But in my kid mind, my imagination was going wild. Now you're watching Finding Nemo underwater. Like, I already know how this ends. I've seen this movie. You know? I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old. Take walk-ups and get checked throughout the day. Sometimes people can't. That's what I heard, Marie. I heard that people cancel reservations, so I got to keep checking. Either way, I'm going to go in. I'm going to walk up to that little podium at Blue Bayou. I'm going to grab them by the collar. I'm going to start crying, and I'm going to beg them. I'm going to say, I flew my niece halfway across the country for this. You got to get us in there. Back in the day, though, I used to be able to do that and ask for a waterside seat, and it wasn't a problem. Now I'm sure that's a whole thing. We used to go up and ask the train conductor if we could go into the Lily Bell caboose, and they would say, yeah, no problem. Come back at 2 p.m. And we'd be like, we'll be here. And at 2 p.m. we'd come back. They'd walk us into the Lily Bell caboose, and then they'd tell us all about the stories of Walt and Lillian and show us the caboose and the artifacts and give us the little Lily Bell special ticket. I don't think you can do any of that anymore. Tamio screams Superior Disneyland. It's a Small World. So It's a Small World I used to hate. But then when I learned all the history about it, I love the World's Fair history. I appreciate it, you know. Pirates in Indy are my two favorite rides. I mean, two great ones. And that's the thing with Indy. We know Indy. But luckily, it was a new adventure. But also, it's so well done. But also, I don't mind when they do it. I just want a balance. So, like, if they build, who else is there? Finn's Cove. They chop half of Frontierland, which was obviously my favorite land. They chop half of that to make Finn's Cove. R2-D2 Temple or whatever. Right? The estate of the Millennium Falcon. Right? They build that. Cool. But can you also make another ride somewhere else that's like original? I just want a balance. That's all. So like Indy, I don't mind. I don't mind the Star Wars stuff. I didn't mind, Fantasyland and Peter Pan and Snow White and all that. Like, that's all great. But with that, we had the Matterhorn right there. Small World. Like you said, that's an original ride, original idea. I just want a balance, and we don't get that anymore, which sucks. And Knott's is giving us a balance, kind of. I mean, they don't obviously have the machine of all these stories to choose from, but like, as far as like trying to make new experiences and promote the classic experiences. Hey everybody, it's Captain Jack Sparrow. Here I am. Welcome to the show. Shaking hands, I'm like, all right, leave me alone. Let me ride Pirates of the Caribbean, What do you call a SpongeBob with a SpongeBob spear pants? Okay. All right. They can make a movie based on the Matterhorn. That would be cool. I don't mind if they do that retroactively. But yeah, Frontierland is my favorite land. I like, if you guys have followed the channel, the Wild West stuff's my favorite stuff. I built that, just because I like the Wild West. Um, yeah, always wanted to be an Imagineer, and I used to design rides. I would draw concept art of rides. My favorite ride idea I ever came up with was a Frontierland e-ticket attraction. That would have been called Geyser Mountain, or maybe could have came up with a better name than that. Some other Imagineers are smarter than me, but Geyser Mountain was my favorite ride I ever came up with. So yeah, I love Frontierland, and they chopped half of it, to make C3PO town or whatever, which is fine. I just want to balance though. But I will, give them credit, and I haven't seen it yet, so I'm excited. But the way, because they had to divert the train to make space, right? For I don't even know, for Han Solo Island or whatever they built. And they redid like the train, and they added like a trestle and a waterfall and all that. So that's cool. I'm glad they did that. Tomorrowland used to be amazing. I love the lantern behind. Thank you, man. I built that. And you can't see. I also built a little stagecoach model to put on it. Right? A little stagecoach. One of those little metal models. Yeah. And I got the cactus recently. The cactus is a new addition. Just because it was bare right there. I didn't know what to put. So I was like, cactus is cool. Biggest fear is sunflowers. Man. Roller Coaster Tycoon. I played that all the time. I dumped a lot of hours into that. Yeah, Roller Coaster Tycoon, the best. Yeah, I had I built like Disneyland in that game a couple times, but it was hard because I like accuracy, so like I couldn't fit all of Disneyland on the maps they gave you. Because I would want everything. Like on Main Street, it had to have Center Street, which is the little break, little intersection in halfway through. So by the time I would finish Main Street accurately, that would be like the whole map. So other people were successfully able to do a whole Disneyland, but of course they were forced to cut corners and constrain it. SimCity was cool too. I want to play video games more, speaking of Red Dead Redemption. You play that. But yeah, I'm excited for Disneyland. It's changed a lot. But I'm going to try. So this is my goal, just to put it out to the universe. My niece has never gone to Disneyland with me. She's been to Disneyland a bunch of times. She knows Disneyland. And she would go with her mom, my sister, who I used to go to Disneyland with. I took her to Disneyland a bunch of times growing up, right? So my sister knows too. But I'm telling you guys, I'm trying to give her the greatest Disneyland experience I can muster with a zeroed out bank account. You know what I mean? Because I'm broke. But we're going to go all out, and I cannot wait. And I'd mentioned this a couple of live streams ago, but I had a full-blown panic when I realized that next year she's going to be a teenager, and I still haven't taken her to Disneyland. I'm like, wow, she's about to be a teenager. So if I don't take her now, I'll never be able to say I took her as a kid. You know what I mean? So because of that, we're going all out. We're going to be in LA for a week. We're going to Disneyland for probably 4 days. Oh, I didn't even mention this, guys. I planned the whole trip. I've done this so many times because I'm dumb, right? I planned the whole trip. The whole thing. Booked the hotel. Everything. And then I realized it's Memorial Day week. So that sucks. That sucks. So we were going to go to Disneyland Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 days. But instead we're going to go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I'm pushing it back a day. and I'm going to roll the dice that way because I'm not spending all that money to be in Memorial Day crowds. I'm not. Can't do it. Can't do it. So I ain't. So I don't know. Memorial Day, maybe we'll go to Knott's and see. Maybe the Knott's crowds. They're probably going to be bad, but maybe manageable. I don't know. Or we're going to explore LA or something. I don't know. I'm also going. I'm going a day early before my niece gets to California so that I can go to an Angels game. I've been to Angels Stadium outside a bunch of times, but I've never been to an Angels game. So I will go do an Angels game video. I'm probably going to focus on the stadium more than the game. Because that stadium's got a lot of cool history, and I've always appreciated it, which is why I've been outside of it so many times. I'll go check it out all the time. So yeah, I'll for the baseball fans, look forward to an Angels game video in a month or two. Sunday live stream, game stream. I was thinking about that, but I feel like when I play games, I don't talk that much. I don't know. I look like Stephen Vogt. That's funny. How many siblings do I have? I have, I had one full sibling that passed away. My sister Jessica passed away when we were kids. That was my full sibling. And then on my dad's side, I have my brother Cole that you guys should know and love. Started the channel with him, right? He's the official all-time co-host that is hardly in any videos anymore. But yeah, Cole and my sister Amanda. My sister Amanda is the one that birthed my niece Brody and my nephew Frankie Fullhead, which he's too young to participate yet. And then on my mom's side, I have my brother Jet, the boy himself, the star of the show. You guys know him and love him. So I have 3 siblings living, and then 1 sibling that is alive in my heart and soul. If you come to Fresno, I would like to see you in person. I'm only 13 years old and 5'7". You're tall, dude. Can you dunk yet? Huh? Can you dunk? That's cool though. You're growing fast. Drink your Christopher milk, and you can go to a Niner game for free. But yeah, if I'm in Fresno, I always announce things I'm doing, so I don't have a problem with people, saying what's up and all that. Obviously, I'm not a big channel, so doesn't bother me whatsoever. It makes my day. Yeah, going to make stop at Roscoe's, maybe. I don't know if she's ever been. That might be a good stop. I love Roscoe's. I like the Obama special is my order at Roscoe's. I forgot what it is. Like 2 pieces of chicken, waffle. I don't even remember what it is. Yeah, Memorial Day, man. I don't know what I was thinking. I've done that so many times on this channel, man, when I go to film things. So many times where I'll plan something because the week just works out. And then after I'm like, oh, shoot, that's Columbus Day? Oh, it's going to be packed. I've done that so many times. Big dummy. So anyways, yeah, so Angels game, and then we'll be at Disneyland a bunch of days. If you guys have any, recommendations of, things I can film, because I'm at Disneyland, I don't want to do, full episodes like I normally do, but I want to film something. I want to make some videos, some content. And I'm going to film for the memories of me, my niece, and my brother if he's able to show up. I'm going to do that. But how do I structure the content? I don't know. Should I do first impressions of Han Solo Island or whatever I said? Yeah, I don't know. You can dunk? You play baseball too? What position do you play? Have you not learned your lesson, man? Look at the calendar. I haven't learned my lesson, dude. I'm scatterbrained. My brain's all over the place. And I look at dates that work for me. like, you know, time I can get off work, things like that. And then, yeah, that happened. One of my favorite episodes ever, Bodie. I didn't realize Bodie, it was a holiday weekend. I went because I had a I had a lease, I had a car lease, right? And the lease was up, so I had to turn the car in. But I was like, let me get one more trip out of this car, you know? Like, let me run it into the ground before I turn it in. So I drove up to Carson City, stayed with my cousin Steve, and then we went to Bodie. So I didn't plan that really ahead, so I didn't realize it was a holiday weekend, and then Bodie was packed. Cool. Does Anaheim have any cool historical sites? Um, I mean, Disneyland's the most historical. It was all orange groves before that. Um, nearby there's like, I think Fullerton has some historic buildings. I don't know. I honestly haven't explored that area enough. I know like Disneyland down Catella to Beach Boulevard up to Knott's. There's the old adventure park. It's called like the little theme park, and then there's this weird place that's called like the White House, and it used to be like a doll museum when I was a kid. It's still there, but I think it's like an event center now. Um, but other than that, I don't really know. Don't know. There's like if you go to Long Beach and stuff, there's some cool stuff. But I don't know. But I don't know if we'll have time to really film anything away from Disneyland, but maybe. Thank you, Marie. I'm very, very excited. I cannot wait. We're going to get matching shoes. We're getting real silly, real silly. Can't wait. And I mentioned earlier, but I might get another little trip in before that where there is some really cool historical places. I already have a list of things I can do and some sports stuff. I can check off at least one or two stadiums/arenas on this trip, depending on how much time I have. It is a work trip, so I'll be busy, but potentially I could film some cool stuff. And again, I got the 5 videos I'm working on right now that I'm going to put out. Yeah, I'm excited. I think that's it. Hope you guys like the programs. I got some more to show off, but sometimes, I'll be honest, kids, when I'm showing that stuff, I feel like nobody cares, Maybe I need like Gabe on here so I can like have someone else talk while I'm flipping through the pages. I don't know. But I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Go Warriors. Okay. I will eat crow if the Warriors lose to the Kings. I'm not even eat crow. I'm not making a prediction. I'm just rooting for my team. So, yeah, I'm not eating crow. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I hope all your dreams come true. I hope life blesses you with everything you could ever want. I hope all you and your families have perfect health, live to ripe old ages, and enjoy each other's company and love. I hope you all get to see your sports team win it all at some point. I hope you all get to go to Disneyland and Knott's and act like a little kid, just like I'm going to do. I got more ghost towns, Brian, on the way. I promise. I know it's been a while. Memorabilia guy. Okay, I'm glad. Muscle Beach. I've been there a bunch of times. I got a lot of memories at Muscle Beach in Venice. Yeah. But yeah, I hope everyone has a wonderful week, especially us Warriors fans. I'll be back next Sunday. I'm going to try to get these videos done so I can start dropping them this week, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. 2 awesome museums in Texas, really cool museums. A historic site that was very, very important in building up California and the West. one of the most important stops in the frontier. What's the other one I just did? Oh, some alternative sports history, I guess you could say. A sport that I have not touched on yet on this channel, but a sport that has a lot of fun, cool history, and a very historic place that was shutting down that I checked out before it shut down. A lot of cool stuff on the way, and I appreciate you guys for checking in and you know, rocking with me. It means a lot, and I hope that I can do something with this channel, you know, to help you guys out like you've helped me. All right, maybe I'll get Gabe on here. Marie, if you want to nudge Gabe and let him know that the people are clamoring for him. And I can't wait to see Gabe's next video because I think it's going to be a hot one. Let's go. Yeah, go Roots. Go Roots. Go Bay FC as well. Peace out. Peace and love in the free world or whatever. Like, subscribe, share, do all the cool things the cool kids do. Something or other tours, now variety. Vertlife. I'll see